Welcome, Sunny fam. This is YouTube, so don't you forget, you gotta hit that notification bell, hit the like button, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and share amongst all your friends far and wide. This is Mandee, and we're gonna be on a 20-minute journey on and off our Treadpad today. So put on your shoes, and let's get moving. Welcome back. We're gonna get started off the Treadpad. So starting with a few basic patterns, we will see these in our single block of body weight off the Treadpad. So this is interval style work today. Take an inhale, reach up. Exhale, slide the arms to the sides. We're gonna start with a basic squat, dropping down and squeezing. We only have a few reps of each of these things because we only get 20 minutes together, I know, boo-hoo. Let's do one more deep squat. We'll move right into the next pattern, which is a hinge. Hinging at the hips, we're lengthening through the hamstrings and seat, and then squeezing into the gluteals. Let's go for a few more of these. My feet are about hip width apart. I am taking the tailbone tuck at the top of the rep. So we'll do that for one more time. And then we'll go into a rotational pattern. So I'm gonna go open twist to each side of the body while the feet stay planted. Just a couple more side to side. And then we'll move into some hips. So bring the feet nice and wide apart. Just kind of move your hips around. If you feel funny doing it, welcome. I feel funny doing it too. It makes me smile. Let's go one more time, both directions. Just feeling those hips move throughout that full rotational. Last but certainly not least, it's a lunge pattern. So I'm gonna take a reverse lunge, big overhead reach, maybe get a little back bend, squeeze your seat to return, and rise. Beautiful job, team. We have a lot more time left on the warm-up, which is awesome. So let's do a couple more reps of lunges, and then we'll discuss best practices on the Treadpad. Good, okay, shake it all off, and let's go ahead and clip in. So first thing first, before I even step on this piece of equipment, is I'm gonna clip onto the treadmill. This is a magnetized emergency stop if something goes horribly wrong. And then of course, I've got my remote. I'm gonna place my remote along my wrist and then hold it with my palm. Okay, so you'll notice I'm not standing on the actual tread, I'm standing off to the sides. So I'm just gonna kind of orient myself here, and we're gonna get started on the actual warm up. So first thing first, I'm gonna hit play. Nice. Okay, so you're gonna see it kind of start to move, and then you're just gonna step onto the treadmill very lightly. I'm gonna start to pick up the pace to something that feels more warm-up centric for my body, and we're all gonna feel that differently, right? So some of us might be moving a little slower than others, and that is absolutely and positively wonderful news. Take a moment, just pack the shoulders in, lead with the heart center, just kind of feeling how you're landing your feet on the treadmill. Okay, so right now I have no incline on the treadmill, and our warm-up is basically ending. Our first block is 4.5 minutes, and we're gonna ramp it up to an incline of 6. So go ahead and incline all the way up, and then the speed is gonna be moderate. For me, that could be anywhere between 2 and 3 miles an hour. I'm gonna go ahead and start right at 2. We get 4 minutes to be steady state on the Treadpad. So something you can maintain with breath aerobically for that 4-minute duration. Of course, we'll get another opportunity to do this sandwiched between our 2 Treadpad intervals. We'll do some floor work, standing, of course. You don't need anything except for yourself and your shoes and your good catitude. I know we talked about it already. Just kind of notice how this feels, and as you're acclimating to the speed and incline that you've set for yourself, if you feel good and you want to bump up the speed a little bit, go ahead. Doesn't have to be anything super drastic. I moved from 2 to 2.2, but it feels different. I'm noticing how I'm landing my feet. I'm trying to keep even amounts of weight distributed between my feet, and I'm focusing on good postural alignment so I don't feel heavier than I need to while I'm walking. Stacking my joints, leading with the chest, and now let's tap into some of this breath work. We'll take a deep breath in through the nose and let it all out. A couple more of those just to feel the abdominals engage. Take it in with me. and let it all out. One more, because 3 is the magic number in comedy and in fitness. Let's take a deep breath in and let it all out. Beautiful, team. Okay, so we're on our steady state high incline at a moderate pace. If you're starting again to feel like, hey, I can go up a little bit in my speed, go ahead. We only get 2 4-minute blocks on this thing, so we might as well make it worth every single foot strike. How are you landing? On incline, even though the incline's only 6%, I am landing through the whole foot, starting at the heel, through the midsole, into the ball mound, and rolling through the toes. Okay, so how are we doing on time? We are a little over halfway there. How are you feeling today? How did you wake up and choose this workout? I'd love to hear in the comments what brought you here, what you'd like to see your body, mind, and spirit achieve on this awesome piece of equipment. I love this because it fits underneath a desk, underneath a bed. It's pretty convenient, and it's got some limitations, meaning I can't run on this, so it's really great for if I'm on a meeting, and I can just walk and get my steps in, but still feel a little bit of a heart rate raiser. Okay, so in about a minute, we're gonna be coming off of the Treadpad. But let's talk a little bit about why we're on this, why we're doing this workout. Great for zone 2 cardio, great for improving our cardiovascular fitness. It's also building a little low body mobility. And then of course, I'm improving my overall stamina. Really good for the heart. Walking is so essential to the human body. So, looking at the last half a minute or so, and when we come off the Treadpad, first thing we'll do is we're gonna slow it down and take the incline off, then we'll clip out. So there's a little bit of stuff we have to manage coming on and off this piece of equipment. And if you see me kind of leaning side to side, it's because I have to balance myself. I don't get to use any bars or anything to hold me up. So it's a good core activator as well. Go ahead and find your incline button and bring it down to 0. Bring the treadmill down. And then what we'll do now is we'll hit pause, and then we'll clip out, and we'll take off the hand piece. Everything we're doing is a minute on the floor, starting with our squat and rotation. Hands come behind the ears, squat down, rotate to one side, squat, rotate to the opposite side. Notice how this feels. Don't try to pull yourself too far from side to side. And you're gonna exhale to twist. Inhale to drop into the heels. I want my heels to stay firm on the floor. Notice if you're kind of rolling your feet out or in, and pay attention to keeping your feet flat on the ground. Our minute for the squat rotation is almost up. This is 3, 2, moving into a hinge and a reach. So I'm going to hinge down, reach up, and rise. Hinge down. My feet stayed, I would say, shoulder width apart, but if I felt like I wanted more stretch, I could bring my feet tighter in. That's gonna lengthen those hamstrings just a little bit more. Every time you rise, you're gonna exhale out of your mouth. Good. Our next pattern is going to be a reverse lunge with a side lean, and we'll alternate the feet. So if you have anything on the floor like this, you know, you can see I left this on the floor. Go ahead and push that off to the side. Make sure you got room right, left. We're gonna travel it back. Take the lunge. I'll lean over the front side and then rise. Take the lunge, lean to the other side. So whatever leg I leave behind, that's going to be my lean side. So I take the lunge and I lean over to my right, because that right leg was in front of me. Nice. What I love about coming on and off the treadmill is I can get out of that sagittal plane, but I also work a little bit of upper body because it is part of us. And even though it's not the star of this show, I'm getting a little ambulation through it. This is our last lunge per foot. And then we're gonna go into a single leg balance, knee extension. Okie dokie, so go ahead and pick a foot. We're only doing 30 seconds a side. Lift your knee up, bring your hands in front of your chest, and just get that extension of the knee. I have my foot flexed. I'm trying not to lean back. So I'm basically engaging the quad and then disengaging the quad. I'm engaging the hamstring and then disengaging the hamstring. Let's do one more. And then I'm gonna stamp down through that foot, find balance on it, find the steady focal point, bring the hands back in front of the chest, and away we go on the second foot. Notice if you're locking the foot of your stable leg. Notice if your thigh is not parallel to the floor. I really wanna keep it up nice and high to activate low belly and flexor. This is the last few, and we're back on our treadmill experience. That is your time. Beautiful job. Go ahead and pick up your pieces, and we're gonna put those guys back on for our next block of work. So notice the treadmill not moving, very important. You don't wanna step on this thing while it's moving, it's super dangerous. And then once I'm straddling the actual tread, I'm gonna hit play, get those three, little warning bells. And we're getting into our third block, which is basically a ramp up from our previous tread pad block. So we're gonna bring the incline all the way up to the top, and then I'm going to start to pick up my speed. Now I ended at about 2.5. So my challenge to you is, can you start where you ended on the speed? So again, I'm just gonna ramp up to 2.5, and I'm gonna add another 1/10 of a point. So I'm 2.6 versus 2.5. I'm here for 4 minutes, and that 4 minutes just started. So now I reapply how I'm feeling to the breath and putting everything together so that I'm operating optimally as I can, right? And every day is gonna be different. So if you come back to this workout and you've done it a few times, and you're like, yeah, Wednesday, this went really well. Tried it again on Saturday, I just didn't get enough sleep, had a really hard time with my balance. That's a really good marker for your body, just to kind of see how it responds to movement. So, how are we feeling now, right? I feel pretty good. Okay, I'm at 2.6. I feel super ready to add more speed. I'm already at the maximum incline. I've now moved myself up to 3.1 with so much time left. So, maybe it's a gradual add. Maybe I just ramp it up to max and I push to the end. Are you in? You wanna try it with me? Yes. So let's go ahead and increase to the maximum speed. I'm gonna wrap this around my wrist for safety, and I'm gonna walk strong, powerfully, with breath, through to our cool down phase. So we don't have much time left, but enough to make an impact on the heart, lungs, and legs. How are you landing? Nice and light. Just a nice walk. Consistent breath with consistent action. Alrighty. So we're looking at about 2 minutes and 10 more seconds. I'm maxed out. Can I maintain this for the second half of the block? Say it with me. Yes, I can. Our minds are powerful. Come into this believing you can achieve it, and maybe we'll not only achieve it, but we'll slam dunk it. Why not? Not every day's like that, I know. I know, we're not perfect beings. Lots of things we could do better. But how can I focus up on the present moment and really just trying to have a good foot strike, good breathing pattern, and see the finish line. Okay, I'm feeling really strong, 90 more seconds. So our stretching that will be coming right after a minute of a nice light walk will all be done standing off the tread pad. If you need something to balance, hold it. I want you to take care of yourself and feel the stretch more so than the balance element, because what's happening right now? I'm having to find my balance every single time I step. So I'm really emphasizing this anti-rotation and anti-lean, which was part of our floor work today. Last minute, a little bit less. Said it late. I am really proud of myself for giving ample space from where my feet are landing to the display. Quick note about the display, you get your total time, you get your total step count. Woo, I'm coming off. Got real excited. And then of course it lets you know your distance. So those are good pieces of knowledge to gain as you're moving. Great markers to set a goal with. For example, how much distance I covered on the tread pad in the 20 minutes total. Might be a fun challenge. Always thinking, right? Finish line is coming, team. This is 5, 4, 3, 2. Find your monitor and go ahead and bring it down for your speed. Bring the incline down to 0. And go ahead and walk it out. So I'm walking it out slowly. I'm actually gonna slow it down further. I'm actually gonna come down to 1. So it's gonna feel slow, but that's because I wanna push into my back foot. Long strides for the last 30 seconds or so. So what I like about a long stride is I can lean forward and feel all the musculature of the legs shifting responsibility from left to right and how the upper body might respond to that long stride walkout. So the rest of this is gonna be off the pad. Let's take 2 more strides. Last one. Good. Hit pause. Once you hit pause, let the treadmill come down to 0. Clip out. Take your remote, just put it on top of your monitor so you don't lose it. And we're gonna get into our last bit of stretch here, starting with the calves. So a great calf stretch that I've been really enjoying is pushing into that back heel and shifting my weight forward and back. Let's breathe. And push into that back heel. Let's switch our sides. I'll show this head on this time. So I'm shifting my body weight back. It's kind of weird. You feel like the lunge is like reversed or something, but I'm just pushing into that back leg heel to feel that stretching sensation through the back of the ankle, my Achilles, soleus gastroc, and then I shift forward. I get a different sensation, but it feels like a nice stretch. Breathe into it and let it out. Excellent. After calves, we're gonna get into our hamstrings. So I'm just gonna take a symmetrical forward fold, and then I'm gonna start to bend my knees a little bit and straighten them as much as I feel comfortable. I'm holding the backs of my legs for some stability, but I'm just flossing through those hips for about 1 more, maybe 2 more reps. Back is fairly flat here. Good, now we're gonna stay in this squat position, turn the toes out, drop in a little bit deeper, take the left hand to the left thigh, open out on the right, and then we'll switch it. We'll take the left arm up and lean on the right. Let's do one more, feeling that nice stretch through a little bit of the torso, but I also feel a little groin. And then I'm gonna return to rise my way to stand, and I'm moving into my quads and glutes. Balance on one foot, bring the other foot to my glute, tuck my pelvis, maybe I reach my arm up, and then I'm gonna wrap that foot around my glute, my quad, and I'm stretching my glute. So sitting into that figure four, maybe giving that ankle a little circle, watch the shoulders, keep the chest broad. Rise up, let's switch the legs. Quad stretch first, find something to stare at, tuck your pelvis, maybe reach the arm up. If this is too much, hand on hip is great. So if this balance thing is like, woof, for the birds, then go ahead and do what you need to do to make this work for your body. Sink into that nice figure four, feels really great for that glute. Roll the ankle joint around on this side too. Both ankles need love, rise your way up. This is it, team. Let's get a nice deep breath in. Let the air out. Two more. Deep breath in. Exhale it out. Final one. Three's the magic number. Reach. Exhale it out. This was 20 minutes on the Treadpad and off. My name is Mandee. This is Sunny Health and Fitness. We'll see you soon, YouTube. Great job. If you've enjoyed this workout, I invite you to follow me on the SunnyFit app. There, you'll find more classes from me. I teach Pilates, cycling, rowing. I'm on the treadmill, so come find me, plus me and many more from all of our other amazing Sunny trainers. If you haven't downloaded the SunnyFit app yet, click on the link in the description below so we can work out together. Yeah? Yeah.